Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like you know how to check what time your reservation is before heading out for a night on the town at that trendy new restaurant.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. This content is intended for audiences in the U.S. only. Savings vary, terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is a headgum
video.
Handsome, chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod. Chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod.
Cheers. Welcome to the Handsome Pod. I'm May Martin, one of your handsome hosts. I'm joined, as always, by my handsome co-hosts.
Tig Notaro.
Oh, it finally happened.
Tig Notaro.
Fortune Feimster.
We're together again, you guys.
We sure are, you guys.
Aww.
Tig, you're hard to read at the best of times. And this, if you go to YouTube, this addition to your appearance today just adds to the mystique and the intrigue because you really can't tell what you're feeling.
You so can't tell what I'm feeling in general, are you saying?
Well, it looks like you're solving crimes.
I know, but I'm talking about in a general sense, not today on the podcast, but in a general sense. You can't tell what I'm feeling ever?
No, I can tell what you're feeling, but you have occasionally a deadpan kind of I don't know, something about the mustache just takes it to another level of
You just blew it for everybody. Everybody now knows I have a mustache. I have to say, I had a different mustache on earlier, and then when I ripped that off, I ripped my actual Tig mustache off of my upper lip.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, ow.
Owie.
Owie.
That could be a good business, like wax your mustache with another mustache.
With a mustache, yeah. Mustache on mustache.
Here. But it's blonde, so you can't see it.
Okay, somebody's bragging.
I really thought I would start, because I'm on testosterone. I thought I would start growing something, but I haven't.
Do you want to?
You know what's weird? No, I don't want to have facial hair, but I want to shave. I want it to grow so I can shave it, because I want the experience of looking in the mirror and shaving. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone.
You could do that, though. You don't have to wait for hair to show up. You can just shave your face.
Yeah, but I'll know that it's a charade. Charade?
A
Charade?
charade.
Charade. Yeah.
My apartment here in Toronto faces windows in another building, and it's really not far at all. If you want to see.
Yeah, we'd love to.
Oh yeah,
wow,
yeah,
right in there.
Yeah, so people are just coming and going, and I have different mustaches on.
And y'all are looking at each other.
Yeah.
When I was in New York, I was on a very tall floor, and I looked out to see the beautiful water that was in front of me, and to the left was another tall building, and a guy got out of his and this had happened when Jax and I were together before, and it happened again. The guy got out of his bathtub, all full wiener.
Really?
Wait, what?
Full wiener.
Okay, and what did he?
But what do you mean?
Like you can see in other people's apartments.
Yeah.
In New York, and this guy had just his
for you.
No, not for me. No, but he. And I don't know why I said bathtub. It was a shower. He got out of a shower and he didn't have any curtains or they weren't closed.
I think he wanted to be seen.
And he and he went up to the window.
Yeah, that
full
checks out.
Wiener.
Yeah, it was for you. It was for you.
He didn't know he didn't know I was on the 14th floor looking into his... He knew
it. He could feel it. And is that the only time you've seen one aside from the hot flute?
Well, ironically enough, when I was in New York, another time that happened. A guy...
Wow, I'm staying at the wrong hotels, you know?
You would enjoy seeing that?
Of course.
What
are you talking about?
Just a wiener in the wild.
Well... Yeah, through the safety of a window across the street. Yeah, I like the idea of kind of seeing what people are up to.
It just is all floppy and
that's what they are.
Weird.
I mean, I've heard.
Guys, I have a bit of a mystery going on, and I kind of
Tig will solve it.
I don't know if this
Look at
company
me with
is
my
Sherlock and
mustache.
Holmes over there.
Yes, yeah. I don't know if this is a company that sponsors our podcast, and if it is, I kind of don't want to know because then it's not a mystery at all. But I've received a box to my Airbnb, and it's a box of baked goods, I want to say, and they're like, some of them are raw, they need to be baked. I'll show you some of what we're talking about. So we got croissants that need to go in the oven.
Wait, is this wild grain? Because they truly are amazing.
Yes, this is wild grain. Wait, but are they a
They're our
sponsor?
sponsor.
Oh.
They are sponsors.
Oh no!
And
I thought I had a secret admirer.
No, they're our sponsors.
Oh my God.
And they have some of the best chocolate chip cookies. I'm telling you, you'll ever have. Jax orders. She'll order a thing of stuff just to get the cookies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I truly was like, maybe it's my ex.
It's great because you freeze the
sending you raw croissants.
You got to put the bread in the freezer, but then when you want bread, it's there and it's really good. I'm not just saying this because they're our sponsors. I was so
this would be like
or
a
should
really
wait for the commercials for the ads.
This would be such an elaborate.
They're really
ad
tasty.
For them.
I just love that you thought someone's like sending you a bunch of bread and croissants.
It was like the beginning of some rom-com, some mystery. Someone
Do you guys want to go into how much you love Allstate insurance?
Yeah, guys.
I love Allstate.
They're good. They're good.
Would that have made a difference if someone had sent you those as a gift?
Frozen dough.
I'd love to be sent any gift. I feel like I send a lot of gifts. That's like my love language. Yeah, like I like to send a gift, and I don't. The only thing that shows up at my door is like weird stuff I ordered on Amazon overnight.
Frozen dough.
And then our sponsors, it turns out. Yeah. Did you say a vibrator, Fortune, Marie?
What? Who said that?
Fortune Marie, do not talk about anything vibrating. Okay.
Actually,
except the friendship between the three of us.
Yeah, which is vibrating on a high level, a high frequency.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Thanks to Tig, I treaded water again this morning.
You did
2 days in a row now.
Nice.
My goodness, kid.
How was it?
Gone out. I was out of town for like 3 weeks, so it's not like I purposely wasn't doing it. I just was out of town, and now I'm back. And the first day I was back, I didn't, but the next 2 days I have.
That's
love
amazing.
it. And you know what? I think I told you this, May. I was at the Rufus Wainwright concert and met the people that ran the theater, and they said they were friends with your parents.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And the woman said she now treads water.
Really?
Look at you, Tig, and everybody treading water.
She said, I'm in with the big Hollywood fad. I was like, this is not a Hollywood fad.
This is a Tig activity that we've caught on to.
A lesbian or LGBTQ. I don't know what's going on. It's a handsome fad, but I don't think it's taken over Hollywood. It should, because it's, I know you listen to podcasts when you do it, but it's meditative still. It's like,
it's very meditative.
Yeah. And it moves your whole body. You're working all your muscles. And I do it silently and, think myself into corners. And anyway,
it helps. I do need it for the because I don't think I have the patience to like just sit and meditate like in silence. For some reason, I do need to be doing something, but I have a very like active brain in that it gets a little OCD sometimes, like where I take something and it runs in my head and I can't get it to stop.
Yeah.
And I like fixate on things, and especially when my special came out, I start fixating on things like, what did I do this right? Is the color right? This, and I would have to make myself get into the pool, and like as I'm treading water, it'd be like, let go, just
let go, let God,
like be present. Everything's good, and it really does help with my brain too.
Yeah, 1,000,000%, man. My brain feels so good. My whole body feels so loose. Do you get that feeling of like you're just, I don't know. I feel so good. Anyway, it was just so fun that she said that she's treading water now.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Really
have an
good.
active, like a brain that fixates, or
Oh,
is that? I didn't know if that was a comic thing or.
yes, I got a brain that fixates. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
It's-
really asking May this?
I do. And then I find like
I do too.
yeah, certain things. I mean, we've talked before about like I'm not sure about if meditation works for me, but doing an activity while like walking meditation, maybe.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
there are things that I do that calm me down, like naming all the countries of the world. I like to do that. There's
You're
a
like Finn.
does he name the countries?
Yeah, he knows the countries. He knows the U.S. capitals.
Yeah, I'm working
I
on the
should send you a
capitals.
video of him. He loves like Max and Finn watch Jeopardy and those kind of
Yes.
games. And
Okay. We need to hang out with. I think we'd really get along, me and them, because we could just name the countries.
he knows all of the flags of the world,
Yeah, that's
all of
incredible.
the flags. So
That's not
Okay, I think
easy
that's
to-
my next
that's not an
challenge.
easy task.
Not that
I
I'm
will
getting,
send you that video.
I'm getting competitive with an 8-year-old now. I'm like, well, I guess I.
But that soothes you, is naming all of the countries of the world.
Yeah, yeah. Journaling as well. Like if I force myself before bed to write just stream of conscious a couple of pages, and in the morning about what I'm stressed about instead of just going on my phone.
Yeah.
That's helpful.
Sometimes for me, it's just music. It's just
Yeah.
like at our office, we have a record player. And there have been times when I've gone over there and it's like not just plug in your headphones, listen to music. There's something so relaxing and in the moment for me to put on a record and
Yeah.
listen to a record.
Yeah.
And then it ends, you get up and I don't know, it's a heightened level of appreciation, I think, for it, and flipping the record and then lying on the couch and listening to it and not looking at anything, just staring out the window or the
Yes.
ceiling.
Oh man.
Yeah, that I think puts me in a good place, but I mean, I don't have that kind of time to always be lying on a couch in my office flipping records, but
I just
man, it
got the
feels
test
really good.
press. I got like the test press of my vinyl record for my album.
Oh,
And
Ooh.
it feels crazy. I still don't understand how you can take a sound from the air and put it onto plastic.
I think about that all the time and I can't stand it. How
I
does it
know.
happen?
I think like, oh, I'm hearing the atmosphere of Abbey Road and all the like, and because
How?
it doesn't make any sense. But
And then they transfer to another one.
yeah,
And then everyone's got them. And then then they press play on a radio station. And go, like,
yeah.
how
And
did
it's a
you, or
sound.
even photographs.
Oh, don't get me
mean,
started.
Don't get me started. I can't stand it.
Me neither.
I can't stand it. How did that happen?
But there's something particularly weird about a vinyl because it feels so like rudimentary, almost like that we're just taking a very sharp little point and then we're spinning it on the thing, and then all of a sudden I'm in Abbey Road and I'm hearing something from the 70s. Like it's so insane. But I don't have a vinyl player, so I can't listen to my own album. So
Well, it would have been from the 60s.
Well,
but
you
yes.
gotta get
yes,
one.
true. Yeah.
They're not expensive.
Yeah, I know. They've got them at like Urban Outfitters now. For
Urban Outfitters. Yeah.
You know what is so funny? Like in the 80s and 70s, when you got a record player, it was so cool to have one that stacked up high and the speakers were huge.
Yeah.
And like took up so much space. Huge speakers.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
and now
and
everyone-
cords. Yeah. And now it's like the size of your phone. I mean, it's your phone.
Yeah.
When you do the Kelly Clarkson show, they always give you a record, and it's a different one every time. And I've done her show 10 times now, so I've gotten 10 different records.
Really?
And
What are the records?
Dolly Parton was one, and this latest one was Chapel Roan.
Oh,
And I was
nice.
traveling for like 2.5 weeks, and I got the record at the beginning of those travels. So for 2.5 weeks, I'm like, I really want this vinyl. I want to listen to Chapel's record on the vinyl. And so I was like having to maneuver this record for almost 3 weeks to not break it. I'm like, even though I could buy another one, I'm just like, don't break this record.
Well, and yet there are times in life where it's like you want to break the record. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
You're a record breaker.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Today's episode is brought to you by my dog, Biggie. Oh, and also Ollie. Clean, fresh nutrition your dog needs in 5 flavors they'll absolutely flip over. You don't have to be a veterinary nutritionist to know that feeding your dog real whole foods with minimal processing is one of the best choices you can make for their health. A perfectly portioned, whole, fresh food diet has been proven to extend your pup's life by 2.5 years. Who doesn't want more time with their best friend? We got the Ollie food for Biggie, and he has a very sensitive stomach. So anytime we can feed him fresh, clean food, he loves it. We put it in his bowl. He could not have gobbled it up faster. So Biggie is a fan.
Give your pup a fresh start this new year by letting them taste a personalized meal plan with Ollie. Head to ollie.com/handsome, tell them all about your dog, and use code HANDSOME to get 60% off your first box of meals when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer a clean bowl guarantee on the first box, so if you're not completely satisfied, you'll get your money back. That's ollie.com/handsome and enter code HANDSOME to get 60% off your first box. Start your dog's new year off right with Ollie.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like, to check and make sure you got your popcorn exactly how you like it before you hit play on a new movie you've been wanting to watch.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. This content is intended for audiences in the U.S. only. Savings vary, terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Have you guys ever been to a rec room where you smash stuff?
No.
It's
I've
a
heard
big
of that,
thing.
like getting out aggression, right?
Yeah. I mean, it feels crazy to say when it's like people are starving in the world. But yeah, you go and they give you a bat and you can break old TVs and like plates and things. And you're meant to get your rage out. I think I would benefit.
And you have not gone.
I've never gone. They're in LA. They're in it's a big
Pomona.
thing. And they blast music. You get to pick your music and then you wear goggles and you just can you guys tell by looking at me that I have pent up rage or no?
I would not know that. No.
Pent up rage.
I definitely think
that you're going through a thing of like just, coming out on the other end of some life things, but rage would not be the thing I would think.
Well, this is the thing. I can't even access it. It's so deep, but I know it's there just about the world.
Really?
Well, I would say if I really went in on your,
psychology.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's some nerves and anxiety maybe around things in life, and maybe that could be tied to not sharing how you really feel about things or being direct about something. And then if you're not, then you're probably holding some rage. So that kind of tracks and makes sense.
Wow.
2 episodes in a row. You have
That's pretty interesting.
That is so apt because it's like my throat chakra is blocked. Like I don't say what I feel a lot and I have because I want everyone to like me. So but I'm pissed.
But I think some of it is that you want to tell people what they want to hear, knowing that you're not going to be able to follow up on that.
Yeah.
And then it creates drama for you that's unnecessary. You know what I mean? But if you just said from the get-go, I don't think I can do that, or I can't, you know what I mean? Like you're telling people what they want to hear because you want them to, that people pleaser in you.
Maybe.
And then you end up letting that person down because you're like, oh, they wanted that from me, but I can't give it to them. And now they're upset with me. Ugh. And then it leads to
that's definitely
frustration.
And then how do you respond if somebody, says yes, then lets you down? Like, do you handle that okay?
Yeah.
Like in a reverse?
Yeah, I'm all right with that. I think there's a big part of it's like an ADHD thing, I think, like of just time management and like overwhelm and like freeze. But I don't know.
It's really interesting to and I know we've talked about this before, but like conversations that are so hard. And I just always think like I'm going to be alive after this conversation. I'm
Yeah.
going to be alive after this email.
Yeah.
You know, and it really does, like, as hard as that moment is, it's like, it's usually a short hard,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, I'm
because
it's not like with everyone in my life I'm avoiding saying
Yeah.
like what I really feel, but there's probably like some foundational things
Mhm.
on it, like the foundation's a little rocky where like because there's stuff
Mhm.
that I want to yell in the desert at the moon and the stars and the rocks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then if I got that
should.
out, maybe
Get
I
it
actually
out.
did. I went to the Joshua Tree like a year ago with some friends, and I was like, I want to do a
Mhm.
primal scream. And I was with my
Mhm.
friend Charlotte, who's British, and she was really
Mhm.
worried that like it was nighttime, there was no one around, and we were in the
Mhm.
middle of the national park, and she was like, before we do the scream, I just have to do something. And then she goes, hello, if anyone can hear us, we're not in any danger. We're just doing a primal scream. And it like really, it took the fun out of it a little bit.
That's
But
hilarious.
it was really
Charlotte from Feel Good.
yeah, it was very adorable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's so. You know
That
what I
is funny.
find really interesting that I'm really in tune with, and I don't even know if I'm right or wrong, but
Mhm.
I am fascinated by people that have nervous laughs.
Mm.
Not that I'm like, you know, solving a big mystery here, but I feel like that's a lot of rage. Or
Oh,
Oh, really?
yeah, interesting.
yeah, like when people are like like that kind of thing, like it
Yeah.
feels like if it keeps going,
It'll become
it's the
homicidal.
snowball is yeah, it's like I'm always interested when people laugh at moments really hard, there's nothing funny happening,
Yeah.
Yes.
or you know, barge in with that kind of energy. And
Yeah.
I'm always like, you know, just kind of quietly examining that, thinking, what is that
Yeah.
really uncomfortable, nervous laughter that is barging into this conversation out of their mouth? They're
Yes.
so they're clearly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And it's just it's really fascinating. And if our listeners relate to that, please write in and let us know, because because people might be like, oh my gosh, I do that, and
Yeah.
I don't know why I do it, or I do it and the reason I do it is because this or that. I just find
Right.
it so fascinating.
Yeah.
I think we could all benefit from opening our mouths a bit more and letting things out, right? I mean, a lot of this stems from just pent up stuff.
Yeah.
Stephanie emailed me this morning about something she was not happy with me
Really?
about.
Really?
Yeah.
And were you
Yeah.
Interesting.
receptive?
I was. I was like, you know, I didn't do it intentionally, but I totally saw what she was saying and apologized. But it was really interesting to wake up in a different city from her and have a very big email.
Yeah.
Not very big, but it was like an email.
Yeah. And that
And
you hadn't been aware that she was stewing on something.
I don't know that she was stewing on. It wasn't that she was
Right.
stewing on something. It was just that she came across something I had said,
Yeah.
and there was some misrepresentation and whatever. But when I opened the email, I thought, "Oh, what is?" I was so
Yeah.
like, "What is this?" I could
That
tell
would be
immediately.
jarring for sure.
It was jarring, but it was also more fascinating because I don't feel like I'm hiding anything from her. Like in, you know,
Yeah.
like I don't have massive droves of secrets.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, and I was more of like, oh, this is, oh no. And also, oh my gosh, this is so interesting. What
Yeah.
did I do? Like
Yeah.
I was so interested. And then when I read it, I was like, oh yeah, I did say
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
And it wasn't, you know, totally true.
Right.
And without getting into details, but you know, I did it for
A laugh.
comedy.
Yeah.
You know?
Comedy. Yeah.
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 It basically was her story.
Right.
Gotcha.
know,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and I kind of blurred it in a way
Right.
And I was like, oh yeah, I see that, and
Mhm.
I'm sorry, and I won't do that again. And
Yeah.
or if I think that story is great, I'll run it by you, But I was just like, oh, it's our world and our, and then here's this story. And
I bet all three of us have gotten into trouble for that before. I feel like that's so part of what we do, which doesn't excuse it, but it's like
sometimes
that's
Jack's like,
bound
what
to happen.
are you talking about with
me or sometimes I
about
think
me
something's my like yeah.
Well, yeah, and reading that email, I was like, she's totally right, and she is right to feel that way. And and it did cross my mind where I was like, oh, should I? And then I was like, it's fine.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't, and she's right. You
know, in ancient Rome, didn't they used to do a thing that was like once a month or something? They would have a night that was like Bacchic chaos of just orgiastic crazy, but not sex. It was just like you could get all your primal drives out and people would just get drunk and they'd be screaming. They'd all wear masks and run around and you just get it out of your system. And I think maybe we need that. Like Freud said, society's coercion and suppression of drives. And I feel like we all are living in this sort of claustrophobia. And if we just had not like the purge, like we need to have one night where we go out and, hurt people, but just like one night a month where we just
go to
the red tent.
What's the red tent?
Get our feelings out. I talked about it about a long time ago.
Period stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah.
But it was be an excuse to just hang out and not do anything and just
Girl,
chat about your feelings.
Meet me in the red tent. I feel like people in the red tent are not chill chatting though.
Really? In my fantasy, we are eating grapes,
I'm
chatting
picturing
about our
everyone,
feelings.
Emotional.
Yeah.
And cramps. Yeah.
Or a sauna. Let's modernize it. Let's all go to a sauna.
Yeah.
Yes, girl. Me and you in the sauna. Let's chat.
Come on. Have a handsome sauna. Just sweat it all out. We can talk. We have some time where it's silent and then we can talk about things. Get our feelings out.
Thing in a sauna, when you're in a sauna and then someone comes in and without even being in the sauna for more than a second, they pour a bunch of water on it and makes it 3 times hotter. And it's like, just wait a second, let your body adjust because we've all been doing the water. It's hot in here.
Yeah.
Just had to get that off my chest. See, I'm saying how I feel. I'm being honest.
Yeah, get it out, man.
I fucking hate that when people in the sauna make it hot without checking with you, bro.
May, you know what would be really fun for you to do? Is like write an entire hour where you rage.
Yeah.
You just let loose and you pace back and forth. And it's authentic and it's real, but it's also like experimental art.
See, this is the thing, because people often, like in stuff that's like written about me, it's like people commend the fact that I'm like a palatable queer person that's not like not actually aggressive or challenging. That, you know what I mean? Like it's accessible,
like Fortune. Yeah.
Like, well, maybe we both have that, like
palatable.
Yeah, maybe I should do an hour where I'm just like, fuck it, I'm soapboxing, I'm pissed.
And that's the title.
Fuck it, I'm soapboxing, I'm pissed.
Yeah, on Netflix.
Well, this all goes back to the bear. Let's not pretend it doesn't. It's the kept bear.
And the aliens.
It's the wrestling bear that doesn't know its own strength and needs to crush the mulleted goons that are tormenting it.
Yeah, it's good to get stuff out. I'll like think I'm fine and handling everything, and then all of a sudden I'll just like start crying in an elevator.
Yeah.
Like,
specifically in a cherry berry
except
elevator.
that you are scared of heights, right?
Yeah.
I just saw Wiener and I gotta leave my hotel room, and just now I'm crying in an elevator. I have just randomly started crying in elevators. And can you imagine someone like getting on and being like, oh, okay.
Oh, I guess she's not crushing it today.
That's right. Or on an airplane. Sometimes I just start bawling on an airplane.
Oh, that's, yeah.
I did that recently. I thought about an old, painful situation in my life, and I had a boohoo on a flight. Just like something I hadn't thought about in so long, and I connected with it again. And I was like, God, that was hard on me.
Oh man, yeah.
that was really a heavy load.
Yeah,
Airplanes do bring out that emotion.
You get that perspective looking at things from a distance. Yeah.
From a distance.
Don't get me started.
I love Bette Midler.
Yeah.
The Divine Miss M. Come on.
Don't you think there was a period in movies in the 90s where there were like tons of scenes that took place in elevators with about 5 people all facing forward, strangers, and then something awkward would happen? I feel like that used to happen in movies in every comedy.
Okay. Are you guys familiar with my dear old pal, Henry Phillips, the comedian?
No, I don't think I am actually. I don't.
Let me Google.
Do yourselves a favor. This is a silly, silly man. Okay. He made 2 movies. One is called Punching the Clown and one is called Punching Henry. And
I've seen Henry.
You have?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't seen these movies though.
I can't remember. I think it's the one I'm in. Stephanie and I are in one. I think it's Punching Henry. We're in that movie. And he stumbles through the most awkward things in life all the time. In Punching Henry, he's doing a show. This has happened in real life, and then it's also in the movie. A guy shows up to a show. It's like, man, I am your biggest fan. I can't believe. And he like slams his head down and hits a parking meter. And the guy had traveled so far to see Henry, and then he was off to the emergency room.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then, but anyway, back to elevators. Henry got out of an elevator once and he turned left, but left was just a wall. But he was too embarrassed because the doors were still open. He was too embarrassed to turn back and turn right and go down the hall. So he just held himself up against the wall. But he didn't realize there were mirrors that were showing everyone in the elevator that he was just up against the wall. Anyway.
I wish I knew about this sooner. Satin is so bad for you. But Blissy's Silk, an incredible game changer. Why did no one tell me this sooner? I can't stop telling everyone to ditch their cotton pillowcase and try Blissy.
With Blissy, your hair will be protected, no muss and no fuss, and especially since Blissies are easy to care for and machine washable. Voted the most loved gift of 2024, I gave Blissy to my friends and family, and they love them. When I travel, I take a Blissy pillowcase with me and swap out the pillowcases wherever I'm at. It helps me sleep better, especially since it stays cool all night long. With over 3 million sold, there's a reason why everybody's talking about Blissy silk pillowcases.
Because you're a listener, Blissy is offering 60 nights risk-free plus an additional 30% off when you shop at blissy.com/handsome. That's BLISSY.com/handsome and use code handsome to get an additional 30% off. Your skin and hair will thank you.
I've tried a bunch of different protein products over the years. I've never been a fan of how they tasted until I found our next sponsor, Orgain. Orgain is famous for their organic plant protein powder. It packs 21 grams of complete protein with all 9 essential amino acids.
I've been on a health kick recently, and Orgain's become part of my daily routine. It's got so much of the real nutrition that I need, plus it tastes very good. I've been loving the chocolate caramel sea salt flavor, but I don't know, if you're feeling adventurous, they got peppermint hot cocoa, they got pumpkin spice protein powder. I've tried a few of the flavors, and I'm telling you, you can't go wrong.
Remember, there are no quick fixes when it comes to your health. If you want more protein, give Orgain Organic Plant Protein Powder a try. Head to Orgain.com/handsome and use code handsome for 30% off your order. That's the best offer you'll find, but you have to use our code handsome for 30% off. One last time, for 30% off, head to Orgain.com/handsome and use our code handsome.
Henry Phillips, look at him. He has a show called You and Your Fucking Coffee, and then he has this show called Henry's Kitchen. and the Highwayman or something. He's just a silly, dry guy. I love him so much.
That's fun.
Anyway.
Well, we should get to our question, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Today's questioner is a magician, actor, musician, TV host, and writer, best known as pretty much the vocal half of the iconic magic duo Penn and Teller. Penn Jillette is asking today's question.
Hello, my handsome friends. This is Penn Jillette. I work with the comedy magic team in Las Vegas, Penn and Teller, at the conveniently named Penn and Teller Theater. I got a question for you. Scientists have shown that placebos work even when the subject knows it's a placebo, which blows my mind completely. I used to think the whole idea behind placebos was you didn't know they were nothing and that's why they worked. But you can tell people, apparently, I don't know how they did these tests, I don't know what the control group would be, but you can tell people this is a pill that'll do nothing. This is a placebo. Give them a sugar pill and say, I'm giving it to you for your arthritis or whatever the problem is. And they actually see an improvement, even though they've been told it's a placebo. And this, of course, works in a lighter way, in a silly way in magic. You know the magic wand is just a stick. You know it does nothing. And yet you feel that there's a magical cause to the trickery you're seeing. You always have to have a magical cause for the trickery, no matter how silly. It seems similar to me, although on a lighter level. And I just wondered what you have in your life that you know is bullshit, that you know is not true, and yet you believe in it, and it helps you. So what's your placebo that you know is a placebo?
Interesting. I just saw them perform. We did a show together.
Oh, cool.
And it is really cool. I don't think about magic tricks very often, and then when I see them, I'm like, dang, that was cool.
I mean, magic is magic.
Yeah, it's wild.
I remember going to some show at the what is the Magic Castle?
The Magic
in
Castle,
LA?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like, how do they do it?
Thank you for saying that in Italian accent.
Well, meatball. But I don't. Some magician was saying what was in this woman's purse.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah,
what do you mean? He was just like, was some of it unexpected stuff? It wasn't just like your wallet.
Yes,
that's
it was.
Insane.
I was like, I don't get it. I'm angry at everybody now. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah, and like Penn's very cerebral, as you can see. So a lot of his stuff is like talking out these big things, and you're like, how does he keep up with all that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, any of the things that I'm thinking of in answer to this question, I'm like, I don't really 100% know that they don't work, or if there are placebos, they're working anyway. So like crystals or like spells. I do quite a few spells.
Now you yourself do the spells, or someone does them for you?
Well, things like on a full moon or whatever, I'll write down stuff and bury it. Weird shit that I read about, just for fun.
Yeah.
Like a little squirrel in the yard.
Yeah, like a little
squirrel out there burying
dirt under my nails. Yeah. Oh my God, if someone dug up my yard and found all my secrets.
All your secrets are just out in your yard. Yeah, I don't know, because that's the thing about a placebo effect. It's that it's mentally making you feel better.
Yeah.
And if you mentally feel better, then it can have effects on you physically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it
visualization
does in turn work.
Yeah. Do you have any like superstitions that you kind of know it's bogus, but just in case you're doing it?
I'm not very superstitious.
Like, would you walk under a ladder?
Easily.
I didn't even know that was a thing. What is that?
What do you mean? You're not supposed to walk under a ladder.
2 against 1.
So
you know,
I
You do
know.
know of this or you don't know of
I
this?
do. I do, my
Okay,
friend.
what is it?
If you
It's
walk
bad
under
luck.
a ladder, it's bad luck. I don't know
Mhm.
why.
Like on the inner part of it, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Like between it and the
Okay.
wall, you know? You're
Are we
not
all
supposed
just coming across ladders left and right?
No, well, that's why it's kind of stressful when you do, because you're like, oh, better not walk underneath that.
Better not do that. I
Yeah.
have no idea if I've ever even done that.
Like, I'm sure it's bullshit, but I still
I bet you
I wouldn't
have.
do it.
Because you didn't know it was bad
Probably.
news. So you're like all Mr. Magoo right underneath
Like
the
a-
ladder.
Isn't it bad luck to like throw away a penny or something?
I didn't know
No,
about
it's good
that.
luck to throw a penny in a fountain.
But I thought if you threw it away, it's bad luck.
Oh, really?
Well, you're
I
just throwing
don't
money
know.
away. That can't be great luck.
Yeah.
Like you got that kind of cash fortune that you can
Yeah,
just
I'm
throw a
just throwing
penny in the
pennies.
trash? Do you put it in the trash or in recycling?
I don't think I've thrown them away. I think I knew that it was bad luck, so I didn't.
Mm.
Do you have a piggy bank?
No. Jax puts coins in a thing, I think, or she used to.
Coins in a thing.
Coins in a thing. That would be a piggy bank.
Everybody used to keep their change, and then you could get, your parents would get from the bank the rolls, right? And you'd put all the pennies in the roll or all your nickels in the rolls and count it
Mhm.
up, exchange it for
Do you
bills.
believe black cats are bad luck?
No.
No, I don't actually. Like, I went to see my house that I bought, and a gray cat showed up, and then so I googled the significance of gray cats, and it was like independence.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you
then-
feeling independent?
No.
Yeah?
Yeah, no,
Are
I guess I
things
am.
still on track with that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I got it.
You got it. It's done.
Yeah, I've got repairs to do, like foundational repairs and things like that. But yeah.
Well, we didn't follow up to find out if you got the structural information and everything was like, it's gonna, like, that's good, other than a few repairs?
Well, here's the thing. It's good. Like, it's stable and secure, but they are next year going to be repairing the cliff edge that the house is perched on. And it's going to be unbelievably loud for 1 year, but it's worth it.
So you're in.
I'm in.
Nice.
And I'm scared.
Yeah.
Why?
Of sliding down the hill?
I guess I'm just
scared of that too.
Yeah, I'm scared of sliding down the hill. Scared of, robbers and
homeowner?
spiders and
Robbers and spiders.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Well, you know what I can do for you that I did to Max and Finn, because
What?
they were really scared for a while about bad guys.
Yeah.
So I took them into our neighborhood and showed them the Crime Stopper sign, whatever that is.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I was like, you see this sign? We don't allow bad guys in our neighborhood. So there
Right.
is nothing to be afraid of.
cool.
And they
Were they into it?
yes, they believe. In fact, in the back seat, I heard Finn telling Max when he was scared about something. He was like, "It's fine, Max." He was like, "Bad guys aren't allowed in our neighborhood."
Oh,
Yeah, there are
cute.
no
Wow.
bad guys in our neighborhood.
Cute.
So-
I can't believe that worked.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, it worked. Our alarm went off in the middle of the night when Stephanie was by herself, and
Oh, that's scary.
yeah, and and she thought they slept through it. And in the morning, she was like, "You guys, the alarm went off on the house," and they're like, "Oh, we know, we heard it." And when she told me that, I was like, "That's how safe they feel."
Wow.
They just thought it was like, and it was like, a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the alarm got tripped. But they didn't have a care in the world.
That's
Wow.
They
really
weren't
funny.
even slightly scared because they know there's no bad guys in their neighborhood.
That's
Gosh.
great.
Yeah.
We had our alarm go off one morning. It was like crazy windy, and I didn't realize I hadn't like latched the back door properly.
Mm-hmm.
And the wind was so hard that it blew it open.
Oh,
and
that's
Our
scary.
alarm went off. So we like jolted out of bed and Jax just starts charging down. I'm like, no,
Of course.
you gotta look in the cameras.
Oh my God.
downstairs.
You gotta look at the
Classic
cameras to see if
Jax.
someone's downstairs. She's just bolting down there.
Just to knock them out.
I'm just like, oh my God, no. I'm like, hide in the room, lock the door.
Grab Piggy, start crying.
Piggy and I are in the bedroom with the door locked. She's just
Taking
running
care
downstairs.
of business.
She has no fear. I swear to God, it's crazy.
That is amazing.
That's hilarious.
God, of course. Of course.
So she's my protector. I love her.
Yeah, that's great.
Jax is my placebo.
If you heard a scary sound in the night, Tig, would you or Stephanie go check it out?
Well,
Tig's in her nightgown.
yeah, I'm in my nightgown, flowing in the wind. But no, it's so funny when we have visitors staying with us and we don't even have our alarm set. It's just the ding of the door opening and closing. Stephanie will jump out of bed like, oh God. And she'll like kind of make a loop around the room and then get back in bed. And then Stephanie always imitates me. This is a cartoon version of me.
Yeah.
Of like just in my underwear going downstairs going, I love my family.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I think we both would hesitantly go down, but also
holding hands.
but I asked her, I was like, did you call the police or 911? She was like, well, no, that's what the alarm does. And I was like, I know, but it wouldn't be bad to like give a little extra
follow up,
ring-a-ding and be on the phone with somebody when an emergency is happening.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know how we got onto this. Placebos.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Some people think that cold plunging is a placebo.
No, that's all proven.
Really? Because every time I hear things, so many people have different things about like, no, it has tons of health benefits. And other people are like, it does nothing. It wakes you up.
Yeah, but you know what? The level that it wakes you up is so stimulating in your brain. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is so crazy.
And your dopamine climbs like for like 2.5 hours, your dopamine keeps climbing. It doesn't crash or bottom out. I think it's
then
good.
Who are these people saying it has no benefits?
People that are wrong.
Sauna salesman?
Yes. Thank you, May. But I don't feel like I have a placebo thing in my life. I mean, and this is like a stretch to try and connect it. But, you know, when I was sick in 2012, I was praying and I had never done that before. And I felt like it was going to help me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it did. I'm here. Totally. I lived through it. But yeah. I don't know.
I've done some praying. Yeah.
I do that. Yeah,
man.
I don't ever pray, but I prayed then. And then I never returned to it again. Once God was like, all right, I'll let you live.
I don't like get on my knees like you do, like you see, you know.
In a cartoon.
If there's like I'm going through some hard times, I just like in my car, I'm just like, I'll talk out loud.
Let's hear a little.
I kind of pray to like the God or a higher power, kind of a mix of things. Sometimes my grandmother, sometimes I'll talk to my grandma and be like, Nana, help me out.
Yeah.
Look after me.
And she does.
Yeah. And who knows, like, if that's a placebo, if there's something to it, I don't know, but it makes me feel better.
Yeah. That's all you need.
Totally.
Who cares where it comes from?
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Yeah, I don't have like any ritual.
Maybe
that
vitamins.
I can think of.
Like, you know, they're like vitamins. You just pee them out. I take a bunch of vitamins. Yeah, that I'm sure do nothing
except make you go to the bathroom.
That's true.
I eat pad thai. That makes me feel better.
That's not a placebo. That's truly comforting.
That's truly my comfort food.
Yeah, let's see what Penn has to say.
I am a strict unpleasantly strict, self-righteous vegan. And I know that big parts of my health improving from veganism are not from veganism. They're from being conscious of my diet, or they are completely mental. But when I eat nothing but vegetables, which has been the past 9 years, I feel better. And I know that about 25% of that is 100% bullshit. But that placebo helps me get through. Being a strict vegan helps me do all the things in my life that make me a little healthier than I used to be. So that's my answer. It's not as satisfying as yours, I'm sure, even though I haven't heard them yet. Okay. Thank you, handsome people. Love you. Peace.
Did you know that Penn was a vegan? I had no idea.
I had no idea.
Me neither,
but
but I
now
like
I
that.
cannot wait to talk to him about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's saying that it's not proven that that is a fully health beneficial thing. Is that what he means?
I think like he's saying that not all of the health benefits can be ascribed to the veganism.
to just eating vegetables.
Yeah, like that part of it must be that he's thinking now of himself as a healthy person. So it's like, yeah. That's cool.
I will say when I drink my green juice, that I'm like, I'm
No
so
one
healthy.
can touch you.
I'm so healthy right now.
Yeah.
I have
Unstoppable.
green liquid in my body.
I'm the healthiest I've ever been from this one morning I drank green juice. Well, for you, Tig, it did help you a lot because you were going through all that. And you've said that you attribute that to helping save your life, right?
I do, and I'm sure that not just saved my life, but also helped me deal with pain, and I'm sure it's a mix of all of those things, of eating nutrient dense vegetables and fruit, nuts, seeds, all of that kind of stuff, grains, and then having. Before, I just didn't really think about my health. I was just a person floating through the world and just eating whatever I want, doing whatever I want. And now I'm so like, I do not want to be back in that place again. And so whatever it is that's happening, and look, obviously I could keel over and die tomorrow, but right now, the pain management is just superb. I feel so much better, and I can't say enough about it, but I also, people get very weird around me where they're like, oh, I can't eat this in front of you, or I can't do this. And it's like, this is me. Like, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about what you're eating, wearing, doing.
Yeah.
I'm good.
You're on your journey.
Yeah.
I feel like I know it's in my future.
Yeah.
Vegetarianism and veganism, but I'm just sort of waiting to get there.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'll just arrive there and unconnected to any of my behavior. I'll just suddenly be like, oh, I'm here now. I'm a vegan.
Well, and as I tell everyone, that you have to have something that is your North Star that gets you there, whether it's animal cruelty or health or environmental issues. You have to be really, really sold on what your North Star is. Otherwise, nothing will work. And there's no way I would have maintained any sort of healthy lifestyle if I hadn't fallen so far off of that ledge. And now it's the easiest thing for me to, not the easiest, but I mean, it's what I do,
Yeah.
And, but it doesn't mean that I have judgment about how anybody else is doing anything.
Yeah.
Right. Thank goodness. Whew, there's some real doozies happening over here with me.
Orange chicken.
Oh, I do love it though. I love it.
My baby bear Biggie boy, he's my placebo. If I'm sad or I pick him up.
That's pure
Hold him
scientific.
in my arms and I feel so much better.
Biggie is
Oxytocin.
scientific.
Mhm.
Oh, he's the best. I just stare at him
Yeah.
and all that stress goes away.
Yeah. And he just stares at you.
With his dead eyes. He's not in here. He was in here, but he was like, get me out of here. I'm tired of all this talking.
Yeah.
I gotta go play.
Well, that was a fun episode.
I really enjoyed that.
You guys, me too.
You guys,
Hey, me too.
hey, can I
Three
just say,
of
hey,
us are all in
hey,
agreement. There's no
me
two against
too.
one.
No, it's
Yeah.
3 for 3.
Three musketeers.
except
Yeah.
Thomas. Thomas is like, I hated that one.
Yeah. I
Thomas
hate
fell
all of
asleep.
these.
3 against 1.
He was in a cold plunge.
Make sure you go on YouTube and check out Tig's new look.
It's a brand new look.
Yeah.
So sexy. By the
So
Thank
way.
you,
sexy.
Fortune. And also go to handsomepod.com for all of our lovely merchandise, man. I see it everywhere out in the wild, and it is a real treat.
Really
I mean,
a cool treat.
Yeah.
It was so cool seeing those end of the year Spotify wrap up too. Like people were tagging us and
Oh, yeah.
they're like top 5 and stuff. That was really neat seeing people just show us that handsome love. Thank you for that.
Yeah, that was
and
amazing.
please know we're sending the love right back to you. And please send the love off to friends and family, your favorite episodes. Let's keep building the community. Follow us on social media, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts, rate, review us, all of that stuff. I know we always say it, but that is really what will keep this going.
Yeah. We're in Nashville and Austin in April. So don't forget to get your tickets to those shows as well. On our website.
Yeah, a lot of fun stuff planned.
If you haven't seen my special Crushing It, it's on Netflix. Please go watch it. And I'm on tour working out new stuff in Pasadena, Ontario, and Oxnard, California coming up in the next month, as well as the Irvine Improv. And then I have a giant new tour starting April 4th. So get your tickets for that.
I'm at Largo like once a month and around the town. And then I'm about to go on a mini tour for my music coming up in a couple months. So keep an eye out for that.
That's so fun. Well, until next time, shall we
keep
it
handsome.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like you know how to check and make sure you've got extra nachos before your friends come over to watch the big game.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. This content is intended for audiences in the U.S. only. Savings vary, terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.